So today I'm going to be giving you mini reviews on a lot of new drugstore makeup and some new makeup just to me because it's been out for a couple of months now and I think a lot of people have already seen reviews. Say for instance the new Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. I'm sure a lot of people have seen reviews about this, but I thought I'd, just give my 2 cents. And Flower Beauty is now available at Superdrug and I picked up a ton of stuff. I didn't pick up the foundation because I knew I wouldn't use it. I have oily skin. I was never going to use that. But I picked up a load of stuff from Superdrug, so let's get into the review. Okay, so I'm going to start with Flower Beauty and I'm going to start with lip products. I picked up, first of all, this Flower Miracle Matte Lip. This is in the shade Rosewood and I am wearing it at the moment. It's a little bit warmer than I expected it to be. It does have a nice doe foot applicator. It does dry down matte. It does leave a tiny, just a little bit of residue. So I don't know how long wearing this would be, but it's really, really comfortable. I don't feel like my lips are dried out or anything like that. This shade, at least, Rosewood, I can say is a good shade. I didn't really like any of the shades, so I only picked up this one. The next thing I picked up was the Flower Mix and Matte Lip Duos. So I picked up 2. I picked up Honey Nude and Melon Kiss. These have a matte lipstick bullet on one side, which is super creamy and super, super comfortable. Then you also like twist this part off and you have like a metallic, perfectly matches your lipstick. So what you're meant to do with this is you just sort of put it in the middle. I can do that now. I appreciate it's not exactly the same, but so you just kind of put this in the middle and then just kind of pat, pat, pat. And it just kind of makes your lips look even fuller. I didn't think I would like the shimmery shades because I'm not really a metallic lipstick kind of person, but there's just something about these that they're more like glossy metallics. It's just got like an ever so slight sheen to it. This is Honey Nude. So Melon Kiss is a lot pinker, but it's a really, really pretty nude shade. This is like the metallic. Again, super comfortable. The lipsticks themselves are super, super pigmented. They come in a load of different shades. You don't have to get a nudes. I just tend to get nudes a lot. The packaging themselves is really, really cute. These are super, super comfortable. They're not mattes. Like I have some Anastasia Beverly Hills lipsticks I mentioned in my last favourites, which are very, very matte. These are more creamy. You can see they're not like super matte, but they are really pigmented. They're like 1-2 swipe coverage and you're done. Okay, so next from Flower is the In Your Prime Pore-Minimizing Primer. It looks like this. They did have an illuminating one and I think a hydrating one. Again, I have oily skin. I mention this in every single video in case you're new here. So it has like this little embossed flower bit, which I thought was really cute. I will say this primer kind of confuses me because it actually does come out green. I will show you. Like that's the primer and it's green. But when you kind of smooth it in, it just sort of disappears into nothing. You don't think that because this comes out green, this is going to be colour correcting for you. It's not. It is pore minimizing, but it's one of those pore minimizers where it doesn't super fill in your pores and like clog them. I have really been enjoying this lighter primer because it really just mattifies. Like I'm feeling that now. It feels really, really smooth. I really, really enjoy this. I've got 3 more things from Flower and then 2 from Makeup Revolution and then that's it. From Flower we also have the Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Spray with a dewy finish. So I didn't realise I picked up the dewy one because it said Seal the Deal. I thought this was the long wearing one, but when I checked, this is the only one that's currently available in the UK. But I will say, what a mist on a setting spray. This is worth getting just for the mist alone. This is so, it has a tiny scent, just a tiny bit, but it doesn't linger or anything like that. I love the setting spray. I use this to help my sort of powders just look a little bit more natural. Obviously I don't look super natural today. I look very full coverage because I use the foundation I'm going to be talking about in a minute. I do think it does seal my makeup in because I can feel my face get a little bit tighter when I use this, but it does give you a bit more of a refreshing dewy finish. So if you don't like that, you might not like this, but I think it's worth checking out because it has such a good mist and it's easily available from the drugstore. We don't get many of those. Okay, so something I was actually really disappointed in with the Flower products. This is the Flower Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. It's meant to be weightless, crease proof. I know Casey Holmes loves this concealer, so I thought if she loves that concealer, I'm gonna love that concealer. Problem is, it doesn't look like it swatched, unfortunately. Let me swatch one of my other concealers, that'll probably help. So this is in light. This is the lightest shade they have. They need to bring out a shade called Fair. This is the Maybelline Fit Me in number 5. So obviously concealers should be brightening because they're meant to be cancelling out a lot of your dark areas. You can kind of see the difference here. This is the sort of shade I need. This is the shade of the Flower concealer, and I can't really use it. So where I need a little bit of coverage on no makeup days or more natural makeup days, then I will gravitate to this. But I will say, unless they bring out a fair shade, I just won't repurchase because this looks like an amazing concealer. I'm not sure about full coverage, I will say, because I used it today and then put my Maybelline Fit Me over the top. I would have had to go over it again. It wasn't covering my dark circles fast enough for a full coverage concealer. It is a nice concealer. I don't want to take that away from it. I just think that the shade is it's just too dark. I'm just not gonna gravitate towards this, unfortunately. Drew Barrymore, please bring out a new shade. Okay, so the Flower palette, everybody and their mother talks about in the US. The Flower Shimmer and Strobe Highlighting Palette. I left the brush in here just to show you, because who's using this to highlight their face? Also, it doesn't really fit. It like pops out, like because of these little divot-y things. So this is the highlighting palette that a lot of people talk about, and for good reason. This is so pigmented. I know I'm never going to really use the pink shade, that's just not for me. But look how pretty. Oh, they are so reflective. It is the highlight I'm wearing today. I put the gold on, and then on the high points of my cheek I used the more like champagne shade. I don't know how well that's coming across. This is just a tiny bit powdery, but other than that they give you a really nice sheen to your skin. No glitter or anything like that. I can't really comment on the pink shade because I haven't used it and I'm probably not going to use it. It's so stunning. If you just want like a glow to your face, this is beautiful. Okay, so 2 quick products I want to mention from Makeup Revolution. I want to mention the Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. Everyone has seen this. It has a doe foot applicator if you've been living under a rock. See, I don't like the doe foot applicator, but not for the reason that everyone else doesn't like it. Everyone else doesn't like it because they think it's unsanitary. That's not what bothers me about this. What bothers me about this is when I go to take this out, if I'm not careful, if I take this out like a savage, if I were to like, because there's so much product on this wand, it'll splash. And then you get foundation on your clothes or on your carpet or on your furniture, and it's a mess. Also, because you're taking it out like this, you can also get like excess product build up around the edge. I don't mind the doe foot applicator because I just kind of like get whatever's on it and I'll spread it over my face, bounce it in with a sponge or with a brush. It works well with either. It is cruelty free and it is vegan, so love that about Makeup Revolution. Also, side note, Makeup Revolution has just taken over my local Superdrug in Southend. The whole front store is basically Makeup Revolution. It used to be Rimmel and Maybelline. No, they've been pushed to the back and Makeup Revolution have just obliterated and taken over. They are not messing around. Back to this. So I'm in the shade F1. It is definitely full coverage. I am wearing it today. I had to build it up just a tiny bit in my more pigmented areas. You could see a little bit of my acne scars, but other than that, it's such a good foundation. You don't get that much product in here though, which is the only downside. Everything else about this, like I said, doe foot, just be careful. Just be careful when you're taking it out. You only get 23 millilitres in here. In all other foundations, you get at least 30 millilitres. And with this one, you only get 23, so, you know, just be aware. And the last thing I wanted to mention is the Makeup Revolution Pro Brow Pomade. So I've used this a couple of times. So this is probably the closest dupe to Anastasia Beverly Hills, but I will say it's not as stiff as the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. But that might be because I've had my Anastasia brow pomade for a while. I think I've had it for like a year and it's dried out a little bit. So I feel like when this dries out just a tiny bit, I think I'm gonna really like this. It is a nice little pot. I know Casey Holmes absolutely loves this. And I just think that it's a really nice tone. I can't say I love this yet, but I feel like when it dries out a tiny bit, I'm going to adore it. So that's everything for this video. Sorry it was probably a little bit long. I just wanted to be kind of thorough on the flower products because they're brand spanking new and I don't think I've seen anyone talk about them from the UK yet. So I wanted to just give you guys my thoughts. Please give it a like if you did enjoy this or if you found it helpful. Subscribe if you feel like it. I do post at least twice a week. I know I didn't for a little while, but we're getting back into the swing of things. I'm back to my normal self and we're gonna get there. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you all very soon in the next video. Bye.